We all know somebody like this.
I'm designed to kill.
I don't care.
I've killed people before.
It does not matter.
Now, a while back, I made a video talking about how we all know someone or have a friend that for some reason they are always dating the reddest flag. Like bull, when they see red, they go crazy. And all of us are confused. And I literally said that it's about time I write a book, How Not to Fall in Love with Your Downfall. So I decided that we're going to talk about that. Before we write the book, let me do a preview. How not to fall in love with your downfall. So if you are the one that has the problem or you know somebody, please drag them and sit down with me. Let's have a conversation about this so that I can tell you how to spot red flags and you can stop saying, I never knew. But before we get into it, you know what we want now. That's like, share, subscribe in case you were confused, and turn on your post notifications so that you can get more of juicy gist with me. Let's get into it. So before we even get into how you can avoid falling in love with red flags, let's get into why or what might be causing you to even give these people chances in the first place. One major reason that none of you should come and deny here is wealth. Baba has money, now you have closed your eye. As soon as you see money, body they shake. All standards to the ground. As in the bar, pium, under hell. So low. You have dropped it bad. Now, I understand that you like money. I understand that you have said you will do anything to make sure you end up with a rich man. And I understand that odogus are scarce. So once you've sunk your teeth into one, you don't care if they hit you left, right, center, up, down, back, front. As far as you are in your head, a chalugo, you have dropped all your standards. Okay, that's one. That might cause you to do that. And I'm really hoping that people listening to me, you give yourself some kind of self-respect and calm down now. Calm down. On a more serious note now, secondly, something that can cause it is age, especially for women. Now, this is for women. I'm not talking about men. If you are at a certain age, sometimes you might feel the need to quickly just drop your standard just because, okay, you don't want to be alone. You don't want to be lonely. That happens, right? We understand. You feel like if you don't give this person that is coming a chance, who else will come? You don't have time. Sometimes it may cause you to accept red flags. Another one is unhealed trauma. There are some people that have gone through situations, been raised in situations, or you've just been surrounded by some certain kind of people that give you the idea that this is what love should look like, and you have no idea what love really looks like. Matter of fact, when you see true love is far-fetched or is weird, you don't even like guys or girls being good to you because you feel they are being fake. You are always waiting for something, for the real love to come. And some people, real love comes with bog bog bagba. That's a problem. So I watched a video and there was a clip where a woman said, yes, he hates me, but I know that yet he loves me.
There is no marriage without fights. Let us not deceive ourselves. This is a man that I know that, oh, yes, he hates me, but yet he loves me.
Wow. Honestly, at this point, it's not, for me, the whole trauma thing is not just about what the woman went through. Yes, she went through something that caused her to start thinking that way, but she's gonna raise kids, and those kids are probably going to see it as normal too. So hence my last point being, there are some people that it's not even just about knowing how to pick red flags. They don't even know it's red, and they are collecting it to their whole body because this person should not even want to be in this situation in the first place. I don't want to believe she's actively looking for somebody that will be beating her up, but it's as if, okay, if I get that and he loves me, is normal. Every situation and relationship and marriage has fight. Mbao, mbao, mbao. If you're in that condition, I want to just debunk and tell you it's not normal. He should not be hitting you. Hitting you, he probably hates you actually. So let's get into things you can spot or things you should look out for that would really identify if this person is a red flag, or better yet, how not to fall in love with red flags. How not to fall in love with your downfall. Because there are some of you now that would say, oh, I did not know, I didn't see it. Oh, I was going, zuzuing, then he suddenly changed. He didn't suddenly change. He has always been like that yesterday, today, and forever. And if you're one of those people that are about to say, Elizabeth, you don't understand. He's so good at hiding it. These men are so good at hiding it. My darling, you don't understand. You can be very good at spotting it. Ojoro kanzo ojoro. Now, I'm about to say something that I hope you don't take to heart or take the wrong way, but probably you're one of those people, or you know someone that has been in a situation where they didn't see these signs in the beginning. So the truth is that it's possible you kept on forgiving these signs because come on, you really don't want this person to be the bad guy. So you forgive, forgive. Oh. Then the day that you start noticing that he has changed is the day that you ran out of grace. The butterfly was not dancing again. He was always like that. That's why I try to emphasize that there's a certain part of your life or a certain period in your life where you use to equip yourself enough to know how to spot things. Because if you just jump into saying you want to do love and you don't know how to make sure that you're not solely using emotions to pick a partner, then you're going to fall into the situation of I never saw these signs. They were there. You are seeing it now because you just ran out of grace. Or a situation where you're saying, it was so subtle. He never used to hit me before, but now he's hitting me. Okay. If you were in the same place with this person, I'm talking about especially physically, you are dating someone, you guys are in the same environment. I promise you, it's not going to take long for you to be able to spot that, okay, he has some certain type of tendencies. And even aside from that, don't worry, we'll get into it. I'll tell you how you can be spotting things. But I just want to clarify that don't ever put yourself in a situation where you feel like you can never spot the bad or the red flags in a person. You can. Open your mind and say, I will. So how do I spot these red flags? Number one, you have to be a certain type of person to be able to spot red flags. Yeah. It's not just anybody. And I know what you're thinking. What kind of person should I be? The people that spot red flags are usually walking green flags. Did you understand what I said? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? If you are a red flag yourself, sometimes you might see another red flag, but you excuse it because you have the same bad behavior. Do you see where I'm going with this? So, before you can say, oh, you are dodging downfall, are you sure you are not potential downfall as well? Yeah. If you're not at a point or at a space in your life right now where you yourself, you've worked on yourself enough to know, okay, this is messed up. This is what I would never, do some certain things. I would never be found in some certain places. That is your person. This is not good behavior, or I don't want to be this kind of person. I'm not saying that people that are in quote green flags always get it right and don't end up with red flags. I'm saying that you would have better chances of spotting red flags if you are a green flag. If you are a red flag, I'm so sorry to be insensitive and say this. I don't care if you end up with another red flag, because how on earth am I supposed to help you here? Work on yourself first before you can start saying you are looking out for bad behavior in other people. Your own bad behavior, it pass. Another one is, how serious do you take your relationship with God? I know what someone's about to say. I'm not religious. I don't deal with all those things. I didn't say religion. I said relationship. Yeah, I know, Elizabeth. I know you're talking about all that. I just don't go to church and do all that. Well, how well has that been working out for you and your relationship? Oops. Again, I'm not coming to come and tell you that, oh, all the people that are claiming to have a relationship with God have blissful or wonderful relationships. I'm not saying that. I'm just coming to insinuate that you that have absolutely none, you have been struggling. Yeah, you don't want to hear word, you want to do things yourself. Baba wants to help you, you don't want to hear. Okay, do you? And when I say don't want to hear word, I'm not saying that you're hearing a voice in your head literally saying go ye further or go ye this way. That's not literally what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the fact that when it comes to having a relationship with God, He gives principles and He gives guidelines, or He gives tips on situations on how to do this, on that, and that will help you to make decisions that end up being, good for you. But if you are adamant that you're not interested in his principles or how he runs things, seeing as he's the one that made everything, just saying, I don't know how much I can help you. Look, in this life, you don't even necessarily have to be a believer, like born again or whatever, to adopt principles that will work for you. Principles will work for anyone as far as you adopt them. That's fact. It's just that in a situation where you are laying it at the feet of God, like, okay, I want a relationship with you and I need you to help me with this, He just makes it easier. He makes it, you are more intentional about making sure you go back to what He has to say. That's where it comes easy. But if no matter who it is, if they apply certain principles, it will work for them. That's why when people, you cannot tell me it's only a believer or someone that has a relationship with God that will be a billionaire. That's not how it works. Billionaires are billionaires because they applied certain principles that worked for them. So when it comes to relationship, you have to apply the principles that work. And a relationship with God will help you expose you to as much, or if not all, those principles. So that's number 2. How is your relationship with God? Okay, look, I'm not here to try and convince you to have a relationship with God. I'm here to force you.
My sister, please come outside and accept this Jesus.
Oh yeah, wait, come back, wait, relax.
Don't run! Murife! Murife, don't run!
The reason why I have decided to state this and why it's really important is, like I said, principles. And the Bible has all these principles and they work. And the very interesting thing that I have learned from my research is that when it comes to relationship, there are no specific, well, there are a few specific principles that have to do with you associating with the second or the third party. It's more about you as a person. One of those things that I'm talking about with principle and how it has a lot to do with who you are as a person. Like I said, the walking green flag. People that want to step into relationship and be able to spot another person and say they will have a successful relationship are people who understand that relationship has a lot to do with selflessness. And a lot of y'all are very selfish people. A successful relationship and a person who will know how to spot green flags is someone who understands that a relationship is between two givers. One giver, one receiver, yeah, doesn't work. One receiver doesn't work. It needs two givers. Both of you need to be ready to be selfless. No be me talk, I'm na principle. Another way to spot red flags are with your values. What are your values? What exactly is it that you uphold? What's your moral compass? And things like that. Hence why I said there are some people that their values are not even values. It's distorted. Look, there's personal moral compass, personal values, and there's values that affects everybody across board. It's not everything that is how I see it or how I think it. If I think or see things a certain way, does not necessarily make that thing how it is. An example of what I'm trying to say is if I decide that only tall men can be good, that's how I feel about situations, that's how I see things, it doesn't make it correct because not only tall men can be good. Do you see where I'm coming from? The reality is good men come in every shape, size. If you're saying only dark skin or light skinned women can have sense, that's how you feel. That's not the truth. So learn how to differentiate the truth from how you feel. That's what's landing a lot of you inside trouble. You will see one girl now. She has natural BBL. You will ignore all the red flags. Because in your mind, any girl that looks this good should have some kind of sense. I don't even know. Maybe that's not what's in your mind, but for some reason, you toss everything to the wind and you go and follow this woman into her lap. Then she will scrape your hair in the night and they will come and carry you after you've told her, fine, I'm going into Delilah and Samson. But you get my point. Your feeling of how this person should be does not negate the reality that she will sell you out to soldiers. You get it? If you don't get it, watch it again. I'm going to tie everything together and say this. If someone shows you who they are, believe it immediately. You don't come back and say later on, I never expected them to do this. I never expected them to be like this. Bro, this guy is following every single body on the internet. Every single one. And for some reason, you feel like he respects women now. He's not that kind of person. Or you want to tell me a man that every time small something should catch him, he must release himself either with a hooker or any available woman. One night stand is 16. Then you now say, he met me, he has changed. He will never cheat on me. Or you tell me you met a woman that at every given point in time, she changes her mind whenever they should bring out, even if it's 1K, shawarma and cold coke, she's at your beck and call, and she will be faithful to you at every point. She will not leave you if you should mistakenly enter small financial discipline. Or this man, even if he has never hit you, every weekend he is inside boxing match or she is inside screaming battle, fighting her neighbor, fighting the waiter, fighting anybody they can fight, they will fight. But because they've not touched you physically, you don't know when he suddenly hits you. Oh, he changed. Look, if you're telling me that you can't see certain things, you want me to give you a piece of advice? Go and meet the people that have been with him his entire life. Go and meet the people that have been with her entire life. And go and find information. Because I promise you, you can always find out. There's nobody that's an island. The person has friends, the person has family members. Matter of fact, if they have no friend and no family member, that is your biggest red flag. Please run, no. There's nothing you want to tell me. You're an orphan that is friendless. that person has a lot they need to sort out before they even enter a relationship. So the worst thing you can do for yourself and them is even date them. Run. So if you cannot figure it out yourself, go and figure it out using third parties around them. What kind of friends does this person hang out with? Oh, every single one of his friends cheat. Every single one of her friends are gold diggers. Every single one of his family members are very insultive. There's a problem with every single person that's around this person, but for some reason, your own is different. For some reason, your own is special. And before you come and start saying, even if they were in this condition where, my dear, yes, I can understand they didn't choose their family, but they can choose their friends. And every single one of his friends don't have sense. Every single one of her friends don't have sense. None of them, you cannot write home out. You cannot write home about any of them. All of them are walking embodiment of bad behavior. Because if him is trying to hide it, I can promise you not all his OGs are hiding it. So now I'm not trying to say that every single person around this person is perfect, or all of them have gotten things right. Matter of fact, all of us have a couple of here and there friends that were like, even us were like, if only this one will calm down. But I'm even number one, I'm talking about the inner circle, like their daily friends, people that are very active in their life. One. And then secondly, I'm talking about these friends and the kind of values they have. So even if they are kind of people that have made mistakes, I'm not saying judge them from those mistakes. I'm saying that these are the kind of people that have made it clear that they do not stand for certain things. But if everyone around him stands for things that are absolutely no-nos, why should a woman talk to you? You can slap her. What is it? Why are you dating a man that doesn't give you every single thing you want? Come on, girl. I know some girls don't want me saying this, but come on, girl. Didn't your daddy feed you? Calm down, small. Your own is a bit too much. And the pressure that people are pushing for women to come and be looking for Odogu up and down is leading them into accepting red flag up and down. No. This innocent young man loves you, care about you, and actually has enough, but you want Lamborghini and Switzerland. You don't want to see straight again. That's your business, man. You are the walking red flag. So I'm just trying to say, make sure that you're looking out for values. What are these people's values? There is no way that someone around them will not cast who they really are. Nobody is perfect. Nobody has it all figured out. But there are fundamental things that you should never overlook. The little things you can overlook them, no problem. Because not having fashion sense is not a red flag. Madam, calm down. Oga, relax. Not having fat bum is not a red flag. Are you joking? Not knowing how to do your makeup is not a red flag. There are so many things that are just not red flags. You people will so not date someone because of those reasons, but beating you, no problem. Emotional abuse, no problem. Manipulation, no problem. Oga gaslighter, no problem. All the important things, no problem. Relationship with God, zero, but no problem. How he talks about or to women, zero. How she talks about men or talks to them, no problem. You will be accepting it. Swallow. Everything is fine. No. Until small matter. He can shout on you. He can scold you. He can insult you. He can gaslight you, manipulate you. She can do all these things as well. But they're wearing those shoes. No. Never. You can't take the shoe. That shoe is the red flag. You have misplaced what? Priorities. That's the problem. So I'm hoping that fundamentally you understand that for you to stop falling in love with your problems, your downfall, and red flags, it has a lot to do with you. That's the first thing. You have to respect yourself enough to not be accepting rubbish. You have to be smart enough to look beyond how you feel and the realities of things. You have to care for yourself enough to teach yourself things, habits, and values that you know that you will not tolerate in someone as a partner. Because no matter how much you get it right, the person that you're with has to also get it right. Both of you, like I said, two givers have to come together to make things work. If not, all of them go just dey stress yourself. And if that's what you're looking for, yes, I say it a lot and I must say it again, stay away from me. Not me and my house. Thanks and God bless. All right, so we've come to the end of the video, and I'm very interested in hearing what you think about the entire thing. So leave a comment, and don't forget to make sure you turn on post notification, like I said, because you'll be joining me again by force. Okay, please join me later. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.